Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's a much nicer and more tranquil, sunny morning here in early January 2025. I hope you're all well. Following on from my last video, just talking about the relationships with the board and the non-exec team, the chairperson, and the exec team, and what the wider team as well, of course, based on more matrixed accountability and working with different people. I thought I'd dedicate some time now to talking about that next step, that kind of practical one around business priorities and the plan, and making sure there's complete alignment. I've got two adages when it comes to, and these are important dimensions around planning. So first of all is fail to plan, plan to fail. It's vitally important that you dedicate the time to having a plan. And actually, my recommendation, and there may be people who challenge this, but it depends on how you go about it. It's you spend as much time on the planning as you do on the doing. Because if you put the input into the planning, then when you roll it out, it's about a matter of being able to put it in place and then constantly measure and then adjust the plan and so forth. In the plan, it's important that the business priorities, the objectives, the strategies, the tactics, and then the way that everything is measured is included. And there's also a clear level of accountability across the team, the leadership. As a fractional CMO, you need to come in and be able to partner with people and influence that plan significantly around the whole go-to-market, the product roadmap, the engagement with customers, that balance of push and pull into the market, so the outbound and the inbound, which is vital. Just everything, aspects of operations, and then through to across that commercial spectrum, which I'll also cover with customer success, looking at retention, with marketing looking at building the new acquisition pipeline, and the retention sitting with the customer success team, and then through to further monetization as well. So the influence on the plan and how it's done, how it's resourced, how it's funded is vitally important. I'll also in subsequent videos talk about the relationship with the CFO and and how the financials are developed as well. So for the plan, it's vital to partner and influence with the leadership team on shaping that. But it's also important not to have something hard and fast, particularly in this world where there's a greater move to automation with AI. There's a greater move to the need to be to change very rapidly, certainly in terms of what may be happening in the marketplace. So you need that dynamism and agility in the plan and the way that's done, and also how things are reported back and shared so that there can be stronger performance and productivity. And then in terms of the kind, therefore, or any other plans, whether it's marketing, the business development, sales plan, that customer retention, customer success plan, the product roadmap, software development, everything needs to be cascading from that business plan, but also how it works together. So that's really crucial. When looking at the plan, I talk about a 4Cs analysis. So in terms of the obvious first C is the customer, and what does the customer require and how do you identify the customer sweet spots for vertical target profiles? Some of them may be obvious based on the sector you're in. Some of them may be wider if it's a much more functional based approach. And so identifying that sweet spot and having insights from the customers directly and indirectly through third-party data and reports is also crucially important. So the customer, clearly a lot of emphasis around that, and marketing plays a big role in shaping that knowledge and insight and feeding that into the plan. And I've worked with a number of businesses on shaping those in the past. The next one I would suggest is as a company, how able are we as a company, as you as a company and a brand, to satisfy those customer needs, and to be able to develop everything that customer needs as a service. That is clearly software as a service is the key fulcrum, but there will also be aspects of other infrastructure, service delivery, training, other partnerships that need to be brought in. So there'll be a lot of aspects of that. There may well be some outsourcing opportunities and additional professional services delivery. So it's very important that intimacy with the customer is really understood, and then it's a big reflection on, as a company, how you can deliver that. The next C is the competition, how you understand that competition, how you start to understand your position currently, but also where you want to continue to develop more specific USP, unique selling points and positioning against the competition. So how that shapes some of the decision process. So that's the third C. And the fourth one are the channels, the routes to market. Now, you want to have some level of direct engagement with the customer because that allows more stickiness and more management and the ability to affect and influence things. But also, if you work with indirect partners and channels, you have more reach. And certainly when you're entering other markets and complicated markets like the United States, with the geo and economic and commercial diversity of the country, you may need different specialist partners to help you with that penetration. And also other countries that have other languages, in France, in Germany, in countries in Southeast Asia, China, and so on and so forth, South America. So that it's very, very important that that is really thought through, and there's a combined agreement within the exec and the non-exec leadership team as to how that can take shape. So that's really crucial, and also I just referred to it in terms of the country markets. You know, what are the key country markets and how are those being serviced? Because each of them has their own legal nuances. It has their cultural, of course, language. Are there people on the ground? Is there a need for that more fundamental partnership I referred to? And then also coming back to that vertical sector focus. So I don't want it, planning to feel like a kind of ball and chain, or something which is something that people don't want to spend time on. For me, it's a vital thing to do to be able to be successful and to accelerate growth and that collaborative approach in the future. So once again, as always, please let me know your thoughts on that. I'll be following up with some discussions around some of the financials, and then moving into much more the fundamentals of, as a fractional CMO, going into that role rapidly and making sure that there's immediate impact. So thanks for listening again, and speak soon. Bye-bye.